The reason you feel like you're stuck in the same spot, whether in your business, in your craft, or in the things you're learning, is not because you're not trying. It's because you think that time is directly proportional to growth. So meaning that as much time that goes by, you ought to be growing, whereas that's not really the case. So as much as practice and experience is important, one thing that matters a lot is intentional effort into growth. So if you're ready to stop coasting and increase your growth in your craft and in your business and the things you're working on exponentially, here are my 3-step frameworks on how to do that. So let's dive in. Step 1, find the right skill to learn. Now, this is where a lot of people make a mistake. So you're told to learn digital skill or high income skills. So you basically like go on Google and browse high income skills or digital skills that will make me a lot of money. Whereas that's not the right way to go. So here are 3 questions that I ask myself each time I want to learn a new skill or each time I'm advising someone to learn a new skill. The first question is, does it energize you? So does it give you energy? Is this something you're passionate about? Is this something that you would like to do? Is this something that resonates with the kind of person that you are? And if it's not, then you probably don't want to do it because you might not be able to maintain it for a long period of time. So for example, I had to switch from programming to project management because I literally had to find something that energized me. And once I found it, it was easier for me to learn, easier for me to stick to it, and easier for me to look for more ways to grow. So find what energizes you. The second question you have to ask yourself is it relevant? You may ask, relevant to what? Well, relevant to the kind of person that you want to become in the future. You see videos on side hustles that can make you a lot of money and all these type of things. And I have no issue with side hustles, but then to a large extent, they sort of like distract you from your main goal. So if you're looking for a skill you want to learn, especially one that you want to go deeply into, ask yourself, is this aligned with the person that I want to become later on? So think of the person you want to become. What are the things you're doing? Who are the friends that you have? Where are you staying? What exactly are the things you're doing? And only learn skills that align with that person. And the final question you have to ask yourself when choosing a skill is, does it have a long-term appeal? It's one of the questions that unfortunately I did not ask myself when I was growing and working on a number of things. So I have done a bunch of things. I've learned video editing, I've learned graphics design, I've learned picture editing, I've created short form content for people, I've gone into social media management. Like I've done a lot of things. And the question that I failed to ask myself each and every time was, is this goal short term or is it long term? If it's short term, then fine, go ahead with that and treat it as such. But if it's a long-term goal, then you must decide how you want to approach it, because if you are treating a short-term goal as though you were long-term, you will eventually run out of steam and stop doing it, right? So if you're thinking of building a business, then and that's something that's long-term for you, then you probably won't bother about learning or about failing multiple times because it's a long-term thing. But then if it's short-term, then you probably would not have the patience to do that. So these are the 3 questions you have to ask yourself before choosing a skill. Once you've figured out the skill that you want to learn and embark on, or you already have one, the next step is to create a roadmap using ChatGPT. Now this is exactly where the magic happens, right? You don't have to think of everything yourself. All you have to do is plug in a prompt into ChatGPT and it brings everything up for you. So I'm going to give you the particular prompt to use to plug into ChatGPT. But let's use a case study for example. So say you wanted to learn video editing. I'm a beginner in video editing. Help me create a flexible 12-week roadmap to become proficient enough to, say, land a client. I have other commitments like school, so I need a plan that's balanced. Include a mix of books, courses, and practical projects. Now what's going to happen is that Chat is going to give you a long list of things that you need to do, alright? Now you can refine them to your will. Don't take everything hook, line, and sinker. You can also further ask a question and say, okay, I have more time, so could you add more stuff? Or I have less time, could you reduce it a bit? And the reason why it's a 12-week plan is because it's short enough time for you to actually not want to procrastinate and do proper work. And at the same time, it's long enough for you to actually see valuable results in your life. Or if you prefer expert guidance, you can simply book a consultation with me. So what I'll do basically is I would relook at your goals and help you come up with the exact things that you need to focus on for 12 weeks. And not only that, I will hold you accountable for the 12 weeks to make sure that you actually hit your goals. So if that's something you're interested in, just click the link in the description. And then the final step in the framework, execute and refine. Execution is everything. It's what's going to make you different from every single person. 99% of the population. I've been doing this for a while and I've come to understand that what's going to make you stand out is actually putting in effort towards your goal and doing that in a systematic way. Because everybody gets stuck in the planning phase. So if you follow step 1 and step 2 and you miss this step, then really there's no fruit out of this. So you can basically start small. So buy the course, buy the book. You can even start practicing for at least 30 minutes daily. Whatever it is that you go from step two, just make sure that you're focusing on that and you're trying to implement as much as possible. Then along the way, make sure to understand that you can't really be rigid with your goals. So the framework that you got from ChatGPT, or even that I helped you come up with as a way, you cannot be rigid about it. We can change as time goes on. So you have to be flexible and you have to refine. You can ask yourself questions like, what exactly is working? What exactly needs adjustment? What do I need to do to push myself to the next level? You need to remember that the goal that you want to hit is not going to come from being perfect or taking a perfectionistic approach. It's going to come from being consistent and refining them. Better still, if you wanted to go ahead and let me help you plan your life, giving you tailored tactics to help you achieve your goals within 12 weeks, make sure to click the link in the description. See you in the next video.